Good morning. It is 5:32 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the East Coast. I'm your host, Miss Kosh Taylor, a.k.a. Miss Go, for the Get It Back in Blood podcast series. So I'm up in this a.m. and I'm really perturbed again. I'm perturbed. Just a little thrown off, about certain aspects of the missing and exploited processes. When you have a missing or exploited family member, I'm not talking about elderly adults just yet, because it seems like the elderly is always super covered with shit. So, I'm going to focus on children. That's what I'm doing. And a lot of elderly people have been responsible for the disappearance of little children, i.e. Albert Fish type shit. So I'll get to Albert Fish soon, but I want to talk about the hindrances of the missing and exploited investigation. So, as I was, I contacted Missing and Exploited about, a couple things. I want to know the processes of what they do to recover children. Missing and Exploited used to be hands-on. So I want to see what I could do to help, and if they could find the people that I needed them to find. They can't find shit. The police sandwiched in, law enforcement has sandwiched in missing and exploited, agencies. But that's a government agency. Missing and Exploited is not a non-profit organization. Right? That is a government agency regulated by John Walsh, from America's Most Wanted. Do you know how John Walsh actually became the man he is today, as far as the America's Most Wanted franchise and the Descendants for Missing and Exploited? Yeah, Busy Boat is all right, but he didn't lose his kids. The way John Walsh lost his child is not on his responsibility. We don't know about the case, about what happened with Adam Walsh, but Adam Walsh is John's son. They lived in Florida. There was a trip to the mall incident where Adam got missing, and they were looking for Adam, and by the time that they found Adam Walsh, I think he was about age 6 or 7. Let me get the details, and I'll tell you about John and Adam Walsh. Let me get the details. And I share the sources with you. Okay, so let's go to Wikipedia, the least trusted source. So the murder of Adam Walsh. Okay. All right. So Adam John Walsh was an American child who was abducted from a Sears department store at the Hollywood Mall in Hollywood, Florida, on July 27th, 1981. His severed head was found 2 weeks later in a drainage canal alongside Highway 60 in Yeehaw Junction in rural Indian River County, Florida. That is the kind of like a short biography of little Adam Walsh. Let's see here. Who is John Walsh's son. Like I tell you, it doesn't matter whether your children are alive or dead, you're still a parent. You're still a parent. Can't nobody say that you're not a parent anymore because they murdered your child, or they let something happen to your kid. They can't tell you that you're not a parent anymore. He was 6, okay. He was 6 at the time of his decapitation and murder in Hollywood, Florida. So John Walsh you know, he probably had bad bread or whatever, but clean cut, white collar guy, you know, didn't have any history of drug use, any kind of addictions, any kind of scandalous affairs going on, didn't have any, you know, reason to believe that someone would just decapitate his 6-year-old and on a mall trip one day. So, motherfuckers fuck with children in the mall, jeez. So, I'm a, you know, supporter of John Walsh. I was in the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The picture you keep seeing recurring of Adam is his baseball little league pictures that you see. That is very horrifying that you would go to the mall one day with your child just runs off, and who knows what could have happened. Then you find out that his head was severed and it was only found 2 days later, and his body was found, you know, quicker than his head. So I don't know how John Walsh processed a lot of shit. If I was John Walsh, a lot of motherfuckers would be dead playing any type of games around this motherfucker, for real though. But see, everybody's not me though. A lot of you motherfuckers would be dead. You know, he founded the, you know, the Centers for Missing and Exploited Children. So the police has missing and exploited, hands tied in a lot of cases, in a lot of situations where they're manipulating any kind of information coming into the missing and exploited and going out of the missing and exploited, because they're the first point of contact for the missing and exploiting. That's the police, and the last person that the people talk to before it gets back to the family, if it gets back to the family. I do not like little leagues. I do not. A stalker will stalk you to the mall. A stalker knows your every motherfucking move. Children have stalkers. That is not something that is a myth. Children have stalkers. So, Bone Thugs and Harmony, yeah, that's cool. But that was John Walsh's experience. That wasn't Busy Bone's experience. His experience was him being kidnapped and being recovered. That bastard was kidnapped, but he was recovered as well, though. The ungrateful. That's the team that I'm working with, Busy. Those are teams that I'm trying to work with. So what the fuck are you doing? Pictures of my son was stolen off my Facebook, my social media. All these things have been reported. We were already having a problem in the Black and Latino communities with not being able to find or recover missing children in our communities. For us to sit up here any kind of way, any kind of where, and give props to a bitch like Beyonce, like a bitch like Cardi B, or even Nicki Minaj disappointed me. I'm trying to tell you that this motherfucker Oprah need to get about my face, because she knows all this information. She reported on John Walsh. He's been on her show. He probably taught her a lot of motherfucking things, and they just scared to tell me that the bitch killed John Walsh because she wanted to make more money. Shit. What can I say? I don't like little leagues because it seems like every child that goes missing, they have a football photo or basketball photo, some kind of soccer photo, something like that. They're all involved in some kind of kids' sports. Kamala Harris is no John Walsh. She is no John Walsh. She too scandalous. She too negligent. She too career selfish, I guess. I guess you can say she's career selfish. Whether she had a hand in single-handedly harming the children herself, or just by the mere fact that she's career selfish, that she would intertwine herself in cartel and all kind of other dangerous criminal litigation and shit like that, when she's supposed to be helping children. But John Walsh, very professional, very, I haven't found any scandals just yet. As long as he's been, the John Walsh. So, that's the work that I do. That's the work that I do as a medical first responder. That's the work that I do as a parent of a missing child. That's the work that I do at the Child Civil Rights Movement. You get what I'm saying? So do you not fully understand what the Child Civil Rights Movement involves? I am not the predator or I'm not the danger to children like that. So they have the Gangster Pedophile Thugs. These are self-proclaimed organizations. The Gangster Pedophile Thugs, the Child Sex Workers of America movement, the Child Sex Trials, which got on these airwaves and told me that they were directly opponents in opposition to me at the Child Civil Rights Movement that does the type of John Walsh work that I do. You understand? The type of John Walsh work that I do. I don't do his work, meaning kill off his work. That means I like to continue on his work. That means that I like to do that type of shit. Because I don't see living in a country where we need a Child Sex Workers of America and have a Gangster Pedophile Thug organization and Child Sex Workers of America organization in which Kamala Harris and even Trump has endorsed and has put money and backing into. Both of them have done that. This is no vote 2024. I'm not voting for neither one. Because everybody has read these FBI files, aside from John Walsh, historical FBI files of the treatment of the parents and the children before, during, and after a child goes missing. There is a certain amount of time that you are given to recover a child before that child is found deceased. You have been playing games with me for 8 motherfucking years. And I do not like the fact that the minority community is backing up these other organizations and participating in human and sex trafficking of children and innocent people. That's where I stand on that shit. That's where I'm coming from with my shit. That's why I'm doing what the fuck I'm doing, bitch. Much respect to John Walsh, but I am the only female that I salute every motherfucking day, because you bitches is through dealing, bitch. John Walsh is a clean-cut white guy. He barely even fucking cussed, but I cussed like a motherfucking sailor because, bitch, you know not to bother a woman's man money or they motherfucking children. And that's for damn sure, bitch. And that's for damn sure. So you kind of understand where I'm coming from. Maybe you don't, because you're not, a John Walsh supporter, because he had to, he threw some people in jail or he did America's Most Wanted. So, they can find these terrible, criminals, but that man's son was decapitated at a mall and shit. I wouldn't give a fuck neither. But I'm Miss Go for the Get It Back in Blood podcast series. I'll be back with more.